welcome again to another episode of the Just Being Me podcast. I'm your host, Damian Charlie, and in this episode, I'll be interviewing Jennifer Lynn. She's a good friend of mine. I met her in the Soul Success Unleashed program that I took. Um, this particular day, we weren't planning on shooting the episode for the podcast. We were actually meeting to have a practice reading. It was actually a three-way reading, and the third person didn't show up. So, we ended up discussing the podcast a little bit. And she was like, "Hey, you want to shoot it now?" I was like, "Yeah, why not? Let's go for it." So it was kind of unexpected, and I just did what I did. At the end of it, she did do an Akashic record reading on me, which was pretty awesome. So stay tuned, check it out.
That's nice.
Thank you. Yeah, that was actually a gift for my girlfriend, and she was just like, you know what, I like it right there on your nightstand. And at first I said no, but after looking at it, I was like, you know what, it's not too bad.
It ain't bad. It's pretty good,
Nah,
actually.
yeah, yeah, I love it,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Add
for
some
meditating.
add some ambiance to the room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so what's this story about the person having an awakening?
Okay, my awakening story. Okay, so let me give you a little background. I was this Roman Catholic. I I was I was very conservative. I was very Roman Catholic, very conservative, very much into the whole organized religion thing. I mean, I played guitar in church, sang. My kids went through CCD classes, the whole nine yards. I was very involved in my church. And, you know, I had a car accident a while back, 2020, that left me almost paralyzed. A lot of pain in my back, a lot of back
Mm,
pain. And the doctors, as a last resort, and I'm so pissed because it should have been a first resort, suggested
hmm.
Reiki. Okay. So Reiki is
Wow.
where I really awakened a lot.
Okay.
Um, when I was attuned to Reiki level 1, I knew I could do it on myself and on others and pets. And that was great. I did it on myself. 3 days into that, spasms were gone. All of them
What?
gone. Gone. All of the
Wow.
spasms in my back were gone. So then, you know, fast forward to level 2. After I took level 2, I was like, I need to bring this to everybody else. So I decided I manifested. That's one of the things that I've learned to do is to manifest. You have a
Hmm.
dream and a goal, man. You put that shit on paper and you get it into the air, to the universe, and see what happens. And I
Right.
put into the universe that I wanted to work at a chiropractor's office, doing Reiki on people, bringing everybody this comfort that I was finding, this
Mm,
immense pain relief ability with no side effects.
right.
None. It's not like morphine and gabapentin and fentanyl and all the other things that I tried. Nothing worked. Nothing. Reiki
Wow.
worked. So, but
Awesome.
when you get attuned to Reiki, they're opening your third eye, and your third eye is your psychic center, as you know. You know that. I'm saying that
Hmm.
for the people that don't know.
Right.
But
Right.
so with Reiki, after I got level 2 and I started doing Reiki on people, and I had that intention out there, but nothing was happening. I was only doing friends and family. And I just really wanted this to go everywhere. I wanted everybody to know what I witnessed. It was just
Hmm.
phenomenally profound. And I didn't hear anything, and I didn't hear anything, and I didn't hear anything. I thought, shoot, I wonder if that's not coming. So I just kept manifesting it, right? I finally
Hmm.
got it done. I finally finished my manifestation, and 3 weeks later they called me and said, you do Reiki? And I'm like, I sure do. And they said, would you like to come in and meet the doctor? I said, I sure would. So that's what I did.
Wow.
I went in, met the doctor. I met my manifestation. I met that. That was all good.
Hmm.
That wasn't good enough. I needed to teach. I wanted to teach people how
Okay.
to do it to themselves and do the attunements on people so that they could benefit from it the way I did. So I started teaching Reiki. As each attunement came, I became more and more psychic. Okay, it opens my
Wow.
third eye, opens my telemetry unit, my
Hmm.
telemetry area, and then it also did other things for me. Reiki. Um, it gave me self confidence, and
Okay.
it allowed me to function in society that is so brutal and harsh, where everybody has to be perfect and everybody has to be awesome. And well,
Yeah.
now I'm realizing that maybe the norm isn't where I want to be.
Right.
Maybe the norm,
Exactly.
maybe the norm is something that is coming, and I'm going to get on that train. I am not going to be left behind. So
Yeah.
with the awakening, with the awakening, I was scrolling through Facebook, minding my own business, and Jen Gilchrist pops up. And Jen
Mm.
Gilchrist is the woman responsible for not giving me my confidence, but for telling me that living in my truth is where you should be. It's where you're at. And when you
Hmm.
can do that, all your psychic senses open up. And so I took
Yep.
her class. So incredibly worth it. So worth it.
Hmm.
Her class opened up even more through the meditation, through meditating and manifesting. And, it's not like, and then it's on. It's work. You have to work. It's a muscle that you have to work to get to get it where you want it to be. If you go to the
Yep.
gym once a week, your body's going to reflect that. It's going to be hard for it to keep up with everybody else, right? Not going to
Yep.
lose a lot of weight
Exactly.
one day at the gym.
Hmm.
So um, with with that analogy, I forgot where I was going with that. The gym once a week. Oh, the muscles. Okay, so you go to the gym once a week, you have a once a week gym body. Okay, if you exercise
Hmm.
more, you have more benefits. You have more healthiness. You have more openness with your brain and the ability to use more of it than that little 10% that we do use. And that's what we're
Yeah.
doing here. And psychic abilities is opening up to a lot of people. A lot of people are awakening. And,
Oh yeah.
in my lifetime, I always thought it was Jesus Christ saves you. He's the only one that'll get you to God. And Mother Mary is a saint because she had to deal with all the crap that came along with it. So, on that happy note, I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Should I go back to church? Should I be a witch? I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what I should do. So, I mean, the struggle is real, Damien. The struggle
Yeah.
was real. For me, it was a big, big step. Well, I left the
Yeah.
Catholic Church because they have found that people who do Reiki are playing
Hmm.
God.
Oh really?
Don't tell anybody. Really, that's what the Catholic Church is saying to
Ah.
me. That because I teach Reiki, I'm teaching people how to be God. That I'm trying to be God.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. If everyone in the world knew that God was actually a part of them, then they wouldn't go to the church. It's like how is the second coming actually happening right now, and no one in the church knows about it? like,
I know.
how,
I know.
like
It's
how is that
crazy. They're
possible?
gonna
Right.
they're gonna be really surprised when those pyramids in Egypt take off to the sky to meet up with the mothership and take half of us awakenings light workers with them. Beam me up,
Right.
Scotty. Waiting to find a Scotty out there.
Right. So ready. So ready. Wow. Okay. So, as far as family and friends, a lot of people consider this to be woo woo and crazy. Have you lost any family and friends behind your awakened beliefs?
Yes, actually, I have. Um, I I've there are two really close friends I had that when I started doing these lessons and started doing these classes and learning how to use my gifts, that I'm inherently allowed to. I mean, they're mine. They're already mine.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of learning how to use them. It's just like I have a musical talent, but you can't put me in front of any musical instrument and expect me to play Mozart.
Right.
You gotta practice. You gotta exercise. So
Hmm.
that's what we're doing. We're exercising it.
Yep.
But
Exactly.
yes, I've lost
I
I've
agree.
lost friends because of it. I've lost friends because of it. And my family doesn't really know because they're still very much of the organized religion type.
Hmm.
Psychics are not looked upon as a positive force in the world, and neither are witches.
Right. Which is
So
weird.
I'm the black sheep of the family, black sheep of the family. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that, actually. I'm
Yeah.
happier.
Yeah.
I'm happier without having
Exactly.
to pretend I'm somebody that I'm not. And that's what I
There
was
you
doing.
go. Yep.
I'm finding the real me here and now.
Hmm.
That's
Exactly.
that's the deal.
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be, you know?
Hopefully.
Right? So, the next question, has anyone said they've noticed a difference in you since awakening? I'm pretty sure some people has, but just for the sake of everyone who's watching.
Okay. Um, Let me think. Say the question one more time.
Has anyone told you they've noticed a difference in you? Like, just say, you know what?
Confidence.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
The
notice the
confidence.
confidence boost. Okay,
Definitely the confidence and maybe even a little leadership. Maybe just a
okay,
little bit of leadership. Um, you know, I I was born a leader, but I never really stepped into it until
right,
recently.
okay.
Teaching Reiki is definitely one way to step into it. I mean, talk about getting out of your comfort zone. Let's teach
Yeah,
something that you didn't know what it was 6 months ago.
right.
Now I'm teaching it.
Wow. So it really went that fast for you. Just 6 months ago, you knew nothing about it.
I knew
Wow.
nothing. I knew nothing about my gifts. That's not entirely true. I would remember I would have premonitions where you
Hmm.
kind of know something bad is going to happen, so you don't pursue that avenue. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I don't know. That's hard.
Okay. So speaking of premonitions, so like for me, example, I've we all were born with these gifts, and over the years I've had some experiences. Like, one example that absolutely blew my mind. I was driving one day. I was kind of on a residential street, and there was a car that was like two blocks ahead of me, and it was just weird. It was just me and that car, and I just saw that car driving across the intersection, getting T-boned by a car coming from the passenger side of it. And uh-oh, there we go.
No, you're
So
good.
yeah, 10 seconds later, she stopped at a stop sign. It was like a busy street crossing. She pulled into the middle of it. Sure enough, a truck came, smacked her on the side, and it just blew my mind because
You
it
saw it.
literally
You
happened
knew it
like
was going
10
to happen.
seconds. Yeah, like it came to my mind, and the first thought was, yeah, that would be absolutely wild if that happened. Like, what are the odds of it? And boom, and I'm like, wow.
Dang.
Right. Like, no one's gonna believe it. And
Have you
a lot
ever
of
felt?
people. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of people have experiences like that and just just ignore it. Just look at it like I did, like, oh, that's crazy, and go on about the rest of your life and
Just
just kind of put it behind
coincidence.
you.
You call them coincidences. Now we call them
Right,
synchronicities.
right, right, exactly. And then when you start asking for them, they start happening more. So
They
yeah,
do. Be
it's
careful what you ask for.
yeah, yeah. But it's
I
also good too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure it is. It helps you make decisions. It helps you see what maybe is going to happen if you take a certain decision. Like if you're at a fork
Hmm.
in the road and you're trying to figure out where you're at or where you're going to go. Do you go right or do you go left? Um,
Right.
asking your intuition now with those classes and learning about psychic abilities, I've been able to ask what way I should go. I ask my guides what way I should take. And that's been completely different. I was a lone wolf before that, man. I was all on my own and I was headstrong and I was
Yeah.
all in. That's how I worked, all in or nothing. And now I'm more laid back. I mean, my kids have
Okay.
noticed that I'm more laid back. Um, People at work never knew me before that, so they couldn't make an educated guess as to how I was doing now. But my
Hmm.
family has noticed. My kids, my two
Okay.
boys, and
Yeah.
actually one of them is now dating a girl who's very interested in this, the metaphysical. So that was kind of neat. That was
Yeah.
kind of a gift. That was a gift. I asked for a
Right.
daughter-in-law and they sent me her, and I'm like, not that they're getting married or anything. Not that they're getting married or
Right.
anything. Not yet. Not yet. I don't
Right.
think.
Right. Right. Might be a premonition that you've had.
I
How they
had a
say speak it
premonition.
into existence. Oh yeah.
I had a premonition of him and his last girlfriend being pregnant by Christmas. And as far as I
Wow.
know, that didn't happen. Now, if it
Okay.
had happened, it was taken care of. But I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know.
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
think about a missing grandchild. But no, but my own children, I have one child that is passed and
Mm.
he's in heaven or on the other side for some of you.
Hmm.
Um, and he has come through in my readings. I've done
Really?
card readings, tarot card readings, and there's a little boy that sits in the corner of my room, cross legged, with his one hand on his elbow on his knee, and he just watches me. He just
Wow.
watches me. I asked one time who it was. I said, "Who is this little kid? He's cute. Whatever. Who is he?" And then the spirit guide said, "That's Jacob. That's your son." And I'm like,
Wow.
"What?"
Wow.
So
That's
your loved
awesome.
ones do visit you. Yeah, your loved ones do visit you. They're here.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long like did you start seeing that, was that before or after the you started taking the soul success course?
It's interesting because before the SSU course, everything to me that happened that was psychic related was a coincidence.
Mm.
I didn't even think twice about it. Then when I started hearing things, seeing
Mm.
things, and I'm like, maybe I better pursue this. And so the first time I saw a psychic ever was you. When you
What?
did that reading with me the first time. Yes, sir.
Are you
It was the
serious?
first psychic. I was against all this stuff.
Wow.
I was so against all this stuff.
What?
Yes, I was. I
Wow.
was. Now I wear
No
stones for
clue.
protection and I'm wearing rocks around my neck and
Uh-huh. Wow, that's amazing. I had no clue. So for me, my first one was when I got a the Akashic record reading. That was earlier this year. So that was my first time actually going to see someone, So that was pretty awesome.
it is cool.
So
It is cool. But you know
yeah.
what? What's cool is that I went to see Rick Wade, and some of you will know him. He's a pretty famous psychic with the paranormal group of End of the Other World. And everything he did, I sat in his audience and I was like, I can do that. I've done that. I know where
Ah,
he's at. I, I sat there and I like critiqued him
wow.
instead of getting a reading. I didn't get a reading from him. I paid for a reading from someone at the vendor sites at the
Okay.
Michigan conference, the paranormal conference, which was my first paranormal conference.
Wow. That had to
That
be
was eye
fun.
opening. That was eye opening. Truly,
Wow. I bet.
they're on the same page as us. So,
Yeah. And that was actually what led me down this journey. My interest in that, I went down that wormhole, and then I started finding answers for the questions that I've always had about religion and life. I grew up a Christian, so I've always had questions. Things just didn't line up for me right. It's one thing and then another, unconditional love, but then judgment. And those two just don't really match. Like it makes no sense. So, I started finding my answers through my research into aliens and, where, the spirits, and came out the other end. Now I'm just doing all this spirit work, and I'm always watching something spiritual. I'm listening to something spiritual. It's just, it
always
consumes
be
me.
listening
Yep. Exactly.
and
Exactly.
watching.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So, which one of your strength or gifts are the strongest? Like your uh, clear audience, clairvoyance. Which one is the send you the best pictures? I guess.
Well, my clear knowing is my intuition. That's really strong now. I mean, like that's blown wide open, wide
Mm.
open. So my intuition has been leading me pretty much. But after the Akashic Records lesson,
Hmm.
I got in, baby. I was looking in people's books that I was assessing and or reading, and I was talking to my spirit guide who runs the Akashic Records under my name.
Hmm.
His name is Shen, by the way. He's really cool. He's Asian. He's awesome. Um, and that that's when I started seeing things. Before that, I would get a picture, or I'd sit and I'd do a reading on someone, and I'd get a name or a color or what. Going to the Akashic Records just like escalated everything for me. So now I can see,
Nice.
and I'm trying to own what I really want to do, Damien, is I want to talk to my mom. My mom has passed.
Okay.
She passed a year ago with dementia on the 21st of August, actually, not long ago, just a year
Wow.
ago.
Okay.
And she she was amazing, but she was very much against all this stuff. So
Mm.
I need to have that conversation with her about,
Okay.
you know, whether this is, I mean, now that she's where she's at, she must know that the path that we're on is the right one.
Right.
All the evidence, all the concrete evidence points to it.
Yeah. Exactly. The people who have near death experiences, they witness the same thing, and it's like it's amazing.
Yep.
It's truly amazing. Nothing to be scared
Mm-mm. I'm
of.
waiting.
I know, right?
I'm excited. When they land, I'm going to be up there shaking their hand and
Right.
namaste.
Right. Exactly. I hear you. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So you teach Reiki. Um, you're reading Akashic records. What else? What else are you doing nowadays?
Um, I did a mediumship reading with someone, a real
Ah, okay.
spunky
Okay.
lady that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, same
Her
here.
first name is Mary,
Yeah.
and she actually brought her dad forward. And
Okay.
her dad is passed, and she brought her dad forward, and she had me have a conversation with him. And he showed me pictures of things that they did that were good memories that she really appreciated hearing about. Um, and we just, I was able to communicate with him, and that was totally beyond my scope of ever knowing that I'd ever do something like this. So,
Right.
you know, for anybody that's out there that isn't sure if they have a gift, or maybe their spidey senses go off every once in a while, but it's no big thing, right?
Hmm.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. You're being awakened.
Yep. Yep.
Do
You're
your
absolutely
research.
right.
Do
Hmm.
your research and get your stuff together and go and
Yep.
do it. Learn how to
Right.
own your gifts, because
Right.
that's why
Don't be
you're here.
afraid. Yep.
Right. I was
Exactly.
terrified. I was terrified. Terrified.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
knew in my mind that once your senses get like activated or awakened, they call it awakening. Once it does
Hmm.
that, then you start having questions, and you start asking, like, okay, well, where am I really from? What I've had other lifetimes. Okay, well, what do those lifetimes mean? Why am I here? And I had a reading done. I think it was by Mary. Might have been Michelle, but it doesn't matter. The person that read me was able to read that I had been in, like, Sirius. It's a planet. Sirius A and Sirius B are planets, and I'm from Sirius A. At one point, I spent time on Earth in Atlantis. Also, the Palladians came into my readings. I've spent some time in the Palladian group realm. I have a pet dragon. It's not really a pet. He's a guide. She is a guide.
Uh-huh.
She's pretty
Okay.
cool. Her name is Saphira. She's red
Nice.
with black
Nice.
in the front, black scales on her
Okay.
back. She's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, she
Love the
guides me
color.
too. Once in a while, I'll be meditating. I'll have my eyes closed. I'll be meditating, and this eye will just kind of float by. And I know it's her because it's red. You can see
Ah,
the red arch in the eyebrow, and you can see the black by the
uh-huh.
chin. That's my girl.
Interesting. For the first time yesterday, I was meditating. As soon as I closed my eye, it was like I saw the eye right there in the middle. It was all dark though. It didn't really have any color to it. It was just kind of like
Or maybe it's a black dragon.
silhouette. Maybe I saw a blue one with silver on the back when I did the meditation, the dragon meditation. So I don't know. Might have more than one. It's very possible.
Oh yeah. Well, you have more than one
Mhm.
spirit guide, so I can imagine you'd have more than one of each group of spirit
Right,
guides.
exactly. Yeah, why not? All right. So how can people find you? If they want to get some Reiki healing or reading.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So, um, for the Reiki healings, you can go to Wildwood, all one word, WILDWOOD, Reiki, REIKI.com, or at Gmail. No, Wildwood Reiki on Facebook. That's where I'm at.
Okay,
Wildwood Reiki on
gotcha.
Facebook. You can reach me also by going to wildwoodreiki at gmail.com. You can reach me there too. But yeah, my Facebook
Okay.
page always has positive affirmations on it, and um, I get in there every once in a while. I'm not real every day in there, but I go in and I
Right.
look around and see who's been in. And so if you have an
Okay.
interest, post a comment under one of my pictures, and I'll get back to you.
All right. And you do healings in person and virtually, right?
FaceTime. Yep, virtually. You
Okay.
can do a Reiki healing virtually. It's a lot like our cell phones, right? Our cell phones talk to each other using energy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I can talk to you using energy too, but I use it in a constructive, organized way through Reiki healing. And I can do that while you put your phone down on the bed next to you, or on the dresser next to you, or whatever. I don't have to be looking at you even. You can be drooling or whatever. I won't even see it. Just kidding.
Very
Just
true.
kidding.
Very true.
Yeah, virtually. And I can do card readings virtually too, like tarot cards and oracle cards. I can read those virtually also. So yeah, you can get a hold of me.
Awesome. And I can attest the virtual Reiki is awesome. It worked. And that was just one session. So, I know the more you do it, the more effective it is. So it definitely
Absolutely.
works. Definitely.
Well, you are overdue, sir. We got to hook you up. You are
Yeah. Yeah.
overdue.
I actually
Anytime.
did. Yeah, absolutely. Sometime next week, maybe.
That sounds perfect to me. And
Awesome. So,
classmates get it free, so
yeah, awesome. Love it. So, are you ready for our reading?
am I ready for Halloween?
For
Hmm.
our reading. No,
Oh,
not
the
Halloween,
reading,
our
yes.
reading.
I
Yeah,
thought you said
yeah.
Halloween. Like, that's loaded. That's loaded, Damien. No. Yes, I am ready for the reading. I just need the
All
center
right.
of it. Do you want me to go
Okay.
to Akashic Records?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. I cover my eyes because the black screen, I talk with my hands. Okay. So
Mhm.
the black screen helps me see my screen brightly. If I have it up like this and just have my eyes closed, it's too bright. So I close it off. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to center myself with a slight meditation. Hi, Shen. Shen is here.
Nice.
All right, Shen, what we need to see is we need to see Damien Charlie's book, please, of past lives, preferably one where he was in his power, powerful with his gifts, utilizing them every day to make the world a better place. Okay. Okay. Your book is flaming red, like a flame red, like a maroon red. It has
Okay.
orange embellished in it. Maybe gemstones, maybe citrine or
Hmm.
kind of on the yellower side, kind of a brownish yellow, but it's speckled, it's embellished, like it's
Okay.
beautified. Gorgeous book. Okay, Shen is opening it for us. A previous lifetime, Shen. Okay, I see you. You are tall, dark, and handsome, and you have a dog with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're blind. Okay, so this
Hmm.
is the seeing eye dog. You're blind. Your dog is white with a poofy tail that curls around like that.
Okay.
Probably the size of a Labrador. I don't know what kind of dog it is. Poofy, really fluffy. But he's got a harness on, and you're holding him with that kind of handle thing.
Uh-huh.
That's how I know you're probably visually impaired. I
Okay.
see you're with okay, you're with a woman, long curly hair, thin. Um, um, I'm glad you caught that. She's beautiful. She's
Okay.
enchanting. She's like an enchantress. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's got on a green dress and you're wearing white, like a white suit.
Interesting.
White suit, white dog. Interesting. She's not the same race as you. You're dark again, like you are now, but
Hmm.
she's a little bit lighter, almost like a Hispanic or Spanish coloring, a little
Hmm.
bit lighter and maybe just a little olive to it.
Okay.
Um, Okay, your biggest gift is your ability to telepathically communicate with people and animals and to telepathically transport yourself from one place to another. I don't understand the mechanisms of that, but that's beyond our brain's reach, possibly
Hmm.
at this moment, but
For
it's
now.
not out of the,
Right.
yeah, for now, for now. Um, you had the gift of making fire. That's not a psychic gift. That's a, what kind of gift is that? You are able to create fire with the energy that comes from your hands.
Mm.
They're showing me that you rub like the olden days when you'd rub a stick back and forth, only you rub your
Uh-huh.
hands with nothing's in between your hands. You just rub them and you hold them out
Okay.
and you're able to make something smolder and catch fire.
Hmm.
You have that
Interesting.
ability. Now your spidey senses, your third eye in being able to communicate with the elders, communicate with those that are above us in the spirit realm. I didn't mean to say above us. I meant around us. There, I
Hmm.
always see
Of course.
that's the old school programming. Above us, heaven
Yep.
is up.
Right.
Ah,
Yep.
heaven is
You're right.
everywhere. We have to make it our
Exactly.
heaven right now.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Hmm.
So you are also. Oh, you have children. Two boys. Looks like they're close in age if they're not twins. Young, maybe 5,
Okay.
or 4 and 5, or something like that. 5 and 6, maybe.
Hmm.
Anyway, one of them is holding your hand, and one of them is holding the woman's hand. So it looks like you have a family. What other gifts does Damien possess in this lifetime? Can you tell me where he's at? Where is he at? Agora? That's what I got. Agora. Agora. But I have never heard that
Hmm.
ever
Me
until
neither.
just now.
Interesting.
Um, Agora. Wow. All right. Is Agora a planet or is it a town? Or where is Damien Charlie? Um, I'm hearing planet. That's what I heard. So the planet Agora. Is that what I said? Agora?
Yep.
All right. That's what I said. All right. Cool. Um, okay. This is kind of cool. You're in a technologically advanced time and place.
Okay.
Um, vehicles are, you have a vehicle. You have a vehicle and you just got in it on behind this screen. There's no steering wheel.
Hmm.
You're telling it where you want to go, and it takes you there. But if he
Okay.
can move telepathically, why does he need a car? Oh, because of the transporting others. You can't take others with you when you transport telepathically. You have to
Okay.
transport them in the car. So it's like a family car, I guess. It's like a car. It kind of looks like a spaceship, but it's
Sounds
not
like
big.
one.
It's not big. It's just little.
Okay.
The family sedan. Okay. All right. So you're highly educated. Where does Damien work? What does he do? Oh, your wife does cards. Your wife is a card reader,
Hmm.
or girlfriend, or
Interesting.
wife, or whoever she is at the time. Oh, I heard wife. Okay, so you're married in that lifetime. He laughs. um, your occupation is you have PhD, but you're not a physician. You're a doctorate.
Reiki
What is he a
healer.
doctorate in? Uh, hmm. There's a lot of snow on the ground. There's like snow capped. I don't know if you're in the mountains, if there's mountains in Angora or not. I see a waterfall. I see a waterfall, really tall, like Vic Falls, like Victoria Falls, really, really tall. Only it's really,
Okay.
really skinny. It's kind of like Devil's Cataract, part of Victoria
Okay.
Falls. The very end part of Victoria Falls, the Devil's Pool or the Devil's Cataract. It's a certain
Okay.
waterfall that kind of collapses in on itself. It's really cool.
Okay.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up someday.
I will.
Victoria Falls, the Devil's Cataract. I was there. I hiked it. I survived Africa. But this is the opposite of Africa, man. You are in snow, but you're not dressed warm. Your girl was in a dress. The boys were in suits like yours, but they don't look warm. I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe you can superficially manipulate your inside heating core.
Yeah.
If you're in
I've,
an
I've
advanced civilization, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
I've heard of monks doing that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wish I could learn that. Menopause sucks. I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hot. I'm cold. Sorry, guys. I got cold when I was looking at you guys and all the snow, and now I'm hot again. All right. My thermal regulator's a little off. All right. What else can I see? Okay, so your car doesn't have wheels. You know what it reminds me of?
Right.
It reminds me of a jet ski. Only it's
Okay.
covered. Only it's covered.
Right.
But it's getting like that, and you guys sit one back in front of the other. You know, one in
Ah.
like in a row, one behind the
Yeah.
other. And
Okay.
then there are no wheels on it. So my thoughts are either the wheels retract or it flies. So
Yeah.
that's cool. I'll let you figure that out. You're the brain in this operation. All right. So you're a PhD. You teach. You're a teacher. You teach. You
Okay.
teach. Huh? Jet. What? Jet propulsion units? I don't know. I'm just saying what they say. I can't tell you if it's right or wrong. You're teaching it at a university like place. There's computers that are the size of our phones everywhere. You communicate with them. It looks like a piece of plexiglass, and you're holding onto it and you're talking into it. And when you do, things on their plexiglass things like show what you're talking about. I don't know how that works, but that's what I just witnessed. I'm sitting
Ah.
in the seats with the students, holding one of these things while you're teaching. And you're teaching now.
Wow.
Your dog is with you.
Hmm.
And you're holding this plexiglass thing. It's got to be like an iPad, don't you think? Computer of some
Something like
sort.
that,
I mean, if you can't write, no, it's probably an advanced technology. I bet everybody has it.
yeah.
Um, what does Damien, let me think. What do you want me to ask him? I'm open right now.
um,
Putting
I
you on the
wasn't
spot.
prepared.
Yep,
Yeah.
sorry.
Ah,
Well, what would you like to know
sheesh.
about this lifetime?
Hmm. How old am I in this lifetime, in this vision that you're having?
I would say you're in your 50s,
Okay.
early 50s, early 50s. My age, 49.
Okay.
I'm not 50 yet.
Okay.
All
hmm.
right. So you are in your early, like midlife. Um,
Okay.
Kind of salt and peppery hair, cropped real short, like you do
hmm
your hair now. It's like that.
Okay. Okay.
Um, okay, we're walking together now. You and I in this lifetime. We're walking together. There's a rail system, a lot like the loop in Chicago, just went past on a tram. So there
Okay.
are still tracks. There are still tracks, but it looked like a train, but it didn't look like it had, I mean, it didn't make any sound. I just
Okay.
happened to see it looking like a snake coming through my vision. So there
Hmm.
is a tram.
Interesting.
Um, Show me what Damien's house looks like. Oh, it filtered out. It filtered out. My guides are like, I'm done with her tonight. That was kind of
wow.
cool.